Hello, so within this training, I'm going to show you how to manage a project within Asana. So for this example, I'm going to show you how to manage a course. So if you were creating a new digital course, a self-study course, I'm going to show you how to set that up to make sure that it is efficient, projects get finished on time, your team know what they should be doing, what the responsibilities are, and then also you can keep a track of all the deliverables as well and make sure that everything is running smoothly. And then with the great thing about this is once you've created it, you can rinse and repeat it. So if you bring out another course later on, you can actually utilize and duplicate this template. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, what I like to do is to break it down into categories. So what are the different areas that need to be assembled to create this course? So within the sections, I'm going to create those categories. So for the first category is going to be the overview, which gives an understanding to all the team members what the course is about, the reason for it, when is the deadlines, just key information so they understand what the course is and about. And then we're going to do an admin section. We're going to create a tech section. So that's all the tech setup with the course platforms, anything else that needs to be created, technology, software, platform-wise. And then we're going to create a bit that's about copy, graphic design, and we can just call it design. And we could create one that's a customer support if you feel like you are going to get an influx of sales at the beginning. You may not want to put it within admin. There's no right or wrong way, but it's just making sure it's clear and succinct so everybody knows where to find information. And then I like to do one at the end that's called review. So let's just walk through this. So the overview section would be, now we're going to put in here all the different tasks that happen within overview. So in here, we're going to give info, what the course is about. And then you'll click in here and then add in info. So who is it for? Price. Is it lifetime access? Is it going to be drip fed, meaning that they only get certain access week 1, week 2, for example? Is it a limited access? What is it? So that they've got the information there, and estimated launch dates. Anything else that you can think of can be added then. You can add anything else that you feel would be, rather than you duplicating it over each section, think about when you are introducing your team to it and involving them, announcing it, what other information you would put in the overview can go in there. Admin. So admin would be like your executive assistant or your administrator, somebody who's within the admin support department who would be helping do things. So for example, admin support could be the project manager also. And their task could be to, for example, to proofread sales page. It could be to check all videos are working inside the platform. Do a test purchase and check email delivery. So anything admin related could go in here. Or it could be schedule team calls related to this project, this course. Tech would be then create the sales page, create the thank you page, set up email delivery, set up email abandon cart, connect Zapier to Slack for payment notification, so that every time a sale comes through, it gets put into a Slack channel where the team are updated about it, because there may be an action that they need to fulfill once it's happened. So that's just an example of what the tech could be doing. They would also actually have to build out the course. In what platform? Is it Kajabi? Is it Teachable, Thrivecart, whatever they're using? They will need to build out the course test all pages, connect Stripe and PayPal. So you can see we're going into detail, step by step, of all the things that need to be done. It doesn't have to be in order, just get it all out. And don't worry if you don't know all the information of what is involved with a tech person. Speak to them and they'll be able to then plan out exactly what the steps are there. And then within copy, it would be to create copy for sales page, sales and thank you page. Create 5 email copies. They will be maybe creating promo posts to promote the course once it's live. They may create the abandoned cart email sequences. So you can see quite a lot of thought is going into what's here. Again, you can speak to the copywriter and you can just stick to what's the basics, or you can add in extra trimmings if needed. But they'll be able to guide you if you're not sure. Create logo for the course would be the design aspect of it. Create a sales banner. Create the website design for the sales page. Create maybe that they're involved in some of the branding. So that's what their involvement is. And then customer support would be create standard template responses to all the inquiries that are coming through. Learn how to use the ticket system. Whatever else needs to go in there, create a retention scheme so that if someone leaves the course, you've got a retention scheme to try and keep them in. You see, like when you cancel Amazon Prime, they're always looking at ways to keep you in. And the review is looking at, okay, what went well, what went wrong, and then you could then get your team to then bullet point all the different things that went well and then all the different things in here that went wrong. Okay, once you've detailed that out, you then need to assign the relevant team members. You'd add them in here. So you'd invite them to this board by pressing share and adding their email address. And they'll get an invite to join. And then you'll invite them by in signing them. You'll then have to, so if I put my, say for example, it's me here. And then you want to add a due date in here. So I'm going to put in that this is due on Monday as an example. And then you want to put in the priority. Is it a low, high, or medium priority? Because what could happen is if the tech person's got all these things to do, multiple things that are due on the same date, we want to make sure that they're aware of which ones are more of the higher priority, that's more urgent to get done, so that a decision is made based on the business needs. So essentially, you're going to have all these columns filled in. It's very key if you had the dates, and then this is all within the free version. If you wanted to upgrade, a great feature is to use the what's on here, which is called Dependencies, which is basically, for example, when it comes to creating the sales page, you'd want the sales page created first and designed, and probably the copy put in before then the text stuff is done. So you would then say, okay, let the deadline date for creating the, let's put it on here, design the sales page. So the deadline date for that, we'll put it as the 26th of October, right? And then we're going to put the, oops, has that gone? It's gone in the wrong place. Let's drag that down. And then the deadline date for the tech side, oh, it's gone here. Went in design. And then for the tech to set up the sales page, they're going to, once the design's been done, maybe we'll give them a week due to sign off or anything. It's going to be the 30th that they're going to do that part. But what happens then if this date gets delayed until after the 30th of October? It's going to delay then them the tech person doing their part. So what happens is it connects these two tasks together so that if this moves up, changes date by say 5 days, it will then reflect it on this date, which is useful. But if you have, for example, a project manager, they need to be also aware of and understanding how these are all connected, to know that you can't ask for something to be done until that part's done. So it's making sure that if you have a project manager working on this stuff, that they understand the process of how to build a course and how the tech and how the copy stuff's done. Otherwise, they'll just be giving out due dates that maybe are not necessarily correct correlation. So once this is all inputted, you make sure you've assigned it to someone, you've done the due date, you've put the priority. And what can happen is, I love it where I have all the key people come together. So you can have also in here key team members, and then list in here their names, their not detailed responsibility, but you could have, for example, John, he's involved in the tech, and this is his email address, john@tech.com, and maybe you want to put his telephone number or mobile number in there. So you could have all the keys so that if the project manager needs to reach somebody, they've got all the information. But also, if the tech wants to speak to the design person, they can reach out to them as well and see all the contact information is there also. So that's quite key. But what I love to do is get everybody together on a call, and then go through, okay, we're planning to launch this course based on all the overview here. You can see of what we're planning to do. We've given you some dates and deadlines. Is this achievable? Do you have capacity to do this? This is the expectations. And then they can go through their individual pieces and then ask questions. A tech person will say, okay, what platform are we using for this? Are we using ClickFunnels, Kajabi? What sales page are we using? They might ask specific things that they're not sure of. And there may be key tasks that have not been added to there that you might not necessarily have thought about or aware of, that could then be added during the call as well live, to make sure that if anything's updated or changed, it still reflects the launch date. So essentially, if the launch date for this is the 30th of November, we want to make sure that everything is completed on time. So it's the responsibility of the project manager to make sure everything is keeping on track, and making sure that they're following up with everyone to make sure that they're completing the task. If there's any overdue, that they're chasing them for the delivery of those. They could also be quality checking all the stuff before then you, the owner of the business, checks things through, so that they're going through it with a fine-tooth comb to avoid wasting your time unnecessarily. So then all you're doing is then coming in here. You're not involved in the day-to-day but you're just coming in here and seeing, okay, that task is done, that's been ticked off, okay, great, that's been completed, we're just waiting for the team course to be scheduled. So that from a bird's eye view on one page, you can see exactly what is outstanding, what is up to date, what is left to do. And it just makes sure that everything is kept on track. Everybody's on the same page. It's clear about their roles and responsibilities. They have access to then communicate with other people, other departments, because often what happens is some people create a project for design, one for copy, and one for tech. I like to have the whole project within one board here, so that you can see in one screen all responsibilities to keep the deliverables on track. So hopefully that's been useful for you today, and follow me for more tips and tools with managing your teams and operations.